Alright, rolling along. So I got the next one, which is kinda long. It's a very popular series. Probably I've heard of it. Cause it is very, very long, and people do tend to talk about how long it is, and it should be done. It should be over with. And that is dun 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 Inuyasha. Inuyasha, I have volumes 4 through 21. This is a good series. I like it. It is long. Don't get me wrong. I do know it's rather long, but I mean it's pretty nice. I know it's a love kind of thing with monsters and stuff, so it's very good for an action kind of thing, kind of a manga. But yeah, this is great. I'd say for kids, definitely, especially with having no attention span and whatnot and things like that. And it's because this is long, but it is very entertaining. That they're trying to get all shards. I thought it was stupid though of how the shards basically broke into all the different places. That was kind of dumb. But the stories in itself, there's some stories that basically they do have kind of the Naruto, Bleach kind of there's some fillers in there, but it's all pretty good, and the manga is very, very close. It's about exactly the same as the anime. I'm not too sure if it's based off the anime. I wouldn't be surprised, or the anime is based off the manga. But I think it's based off the manga though. So this is Rimuko Takahashi work of art, and it definitely shows. It's very well done. It's a love kind of a thing, and yeah, highly recommend reading some of these. As you saw, I'm missing volumes 1 through 3. I'm planning to get those maybe next time I decide to go on Amazon. I decided not to do with the Vizbig because that actually is a bit more pricey than getting them individually. But it is rather long, so I would recommend not getting them all, because there's a point. I mean, there's a point basically when you're becoming, if you're either a die-hard fan or not. Like with the Evangelion, I'm a die-hard kind of fan, kind of a thing with that. However, the series of this series is a lot longer than it. I mean, I think it has 112 or something, maybe probably more actually, but it really just never seems to end. It finally ended, I think, this year. I'm pretty sure it ended this year. It's either this year or it's ending next year, but it's basically the final acts basically are out, and I thought it was silly how in the animes for the final acts they basically decided, oh, we'll have different parts of it, which, you know, they're obviously trying to milk out money from it, so it's definitely expected. I mean, it's an industry. You're trying to get money, so yeah. Another long one, which I'll do, which probably won't come to a surprise, is another Rumiko Takahashi series, Ranma 1.5. I have volumes 1 through 3, and that's probably all I'm gonna get, because these are getting to be a little pricey. You can probably find them cheap at a used bookstore, or maybe you could find it, I don't know, I'm not sure if White Stuff has it, but I mean, it's a very good series. The problem is that it's so long, just like with Inuyasha, and it kinda, after a while, it does seem to just drone on and on and on and on and on. So I'll see. The price basically for the books are going at about, wow, you could go at about basically $10. Some are $5 plus shipping, obviously. And then there's some that you can get for basically $4. So yeah, so I mean, so I've seen some that I could possibly get, like 4 and 5, which don't seem too pricey. But there are some other ones that are kind of pricey, which is obviously, it's very strange how in manga there's one. It always seems like there's one odd kind of a manga that is pricey, a bit pricey. So having said that, the industry is very, very confusing in that for collecting wise. But after that, I'll do Kingdom Heart series, and these basically are all that have came out. They were, I think one of them got stopped. Trying to check to see. I think, yeah, it looks like Kingdom Hearts 2 was supposed to continue. Apparently, yeah, it's supposed to continue, but apparently Tokyo Pop went out of print. So there is only 2 volumes of Kingdom Hearts, number 1 and number 2. The backs, oh, they're a little bit different. I didn't notice that before. And then there's Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Volume 1, and then Volume 2, which is completed that. And that got, happy at least that came out correct, I guess you would say. It is very good. It is very much like the game, obviously, because it is based off the game. But I mean, it is pretty good. Alright, almost done with these. Wow, I'm quite happy how fast this is going. Vagabond Omnibus Volume 1. Highly recommend getting this. This might become my favorite manga series, and I'm still leaning. Still don't want to say it quite yet because I need to get the second omnibus. After I get the second one, I will figure out from there whether it is my favorite or not. But the omnibus, highly recommend getting. It has this very nice little art there on the inside there, and then there is a lot of color. Well, some color, not a lot, but it's very nicely done, put together. And the artwork, as you can see, is very, very well done, and it's gotten a lot of a lot of awards, and it is really good, and I would highly recommend it. Although I will say that explicit content, parental advisory, I will say that you do have to watch out for that, because there is some nudity and stuff like that. But that you got to expect, because it is based off, I guess, an autobiography of a samurai, or a novel of a samurai. And those things kind of typically happen with samurai. Next one I'll do is my one Japanese set, which I haven't shown really much yet before. So this is kind of new, is Sekirei, which I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to show any of this because there is a lot of, you know what, but I got this basically for free, so I would take this for free, definitely. It's very much like, it is basically, the anime is based off this, and the anime is basically almost word for word exactly the same. So if you want to choose, I would get the anime rather than getting the manga. I don't even know if the manga is in English, if you can get it in English, but these are actually, if you're wanting to get these and you want to get them in Japanese, I would start searching now, because these are really, really hard to find, I found out, and they are, if found, they are quite pricey. They can be from they were $10 I saw at one time, and that was the lowest I have ever seen them. They're usually about $20 per volume, which is quite insane. And this is all, as you see it, there are a lot of cases in all of these, because a lot of them, I looked at it and then I put it back in the case. They weren't opened when I got them. So really, this whole series is basically in brand new condition, with the exception of the last one, because the last one is in like new condition, with one of the tags that ended up falling off, basically because it had been old, and paper as flimsy as that, it basically just came off. So nothing I could have done there to have prevented that. And now for the last one, Rosario Vampire. This, I don't know what to think about. I've watched, or not watched, I need to watch, but I have read the first chapter from the Shonen Jump, which I remember it was a little interesting, so I was thinking, yeah, give it a shot. Plus, as I have said when I got these were pretty cheap, so I decided to get these. Quite colorful. Well, it says Shonen Jump, but it's kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but how to describe it. But yeah, I'm gonna, once again, these are this is getting to be very pricey. I'm thinking later on it might even become it might be considered rare or so. I'm not sure. But these I found online are, you're going to be paying $8 or $10, and I looked on Right Stuff. They're asking for $6 or $7, which, I mean, I guess it's better, obviously, than Amazon, but that's still kind of a bit pricey. So I don't know if I'm gonna get those. I probably would end up getting Claymore before I get those other ones, mainly because if I'm going to get one of those, Claymore basically is a little bit cheaper to get. So I would probably do that. But thanks. This is basically my anime collection again, showing all the covers and the backsides and whatnot, and giving more of an insight for each manga series that I have, or each manga I have. So thanks, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Bye.